Despite their unmusical clucks and screeches, I like common grackles. But lots of people want to keep them away from their feeders. It's because of their size, meaning the size of their appetites and the size of the crowds they hang with. If they arrived in your yard one or two at a time, you'd be delighted. But when it's not breeding season, these are very sociable birds, which means you might get 15 or 20 or more of them at a time. As for what will satisfy all the healthy appetites they bring, the answer is simple: food. Any food. They're basically the opposite of picky eaters. Now, in a way, that's good because they'll eat the cheap stuff. They love corn. Farmers hate them because grackles love corn so much. The problem for us is that they also love things like unshelled peanuts, which are not cheap. Now, all birds will fight over food, but I have to say that grackles are pretty considerate of each other as long as they have room to spread out a little. You might not even see their quarrelsome side unless they're crowded onto a tray with coveted food like black oil sunflower seeds. Because in that situation, they'll point beaks skyward in threat displays and then go all mucho macho by swelling up like somebody shoved an air compressor into them and started pushing the plunger. Before anybody actually explodes, though, one of them usually departs. But sometimes not soon enough. When one of them dawdles about taking his leave, the claws come out, and it's like you accidentally switched to the roller derby channel or UFC. Now, only the males get into this posturing and pummeling. At least they don't usually take it out on females, which raises the question of how to tell the sexes apart. The differences don't jump out at you, but here they are. The females are slightly smaller and not as brilliant. Despite how grackles arrive in plundering hordes, there's good reason to appreciate them. For one thing, hawks do. A Cooper's or a sharp-shinned hawk will go after a grackle, leaving the cardinals and sparrows alone, because why choose a single McNugget when you can have a Big Mac? And maybe the grackles are aware of their favored status with hawks because they are exceptionally skittish birds. Hitting the air is more work for them than it is for a sparrow, but they do it at the least suggestion of danger. Good thing, too, because their top speed is slower than what a Cooper's hawk can do, so they need a head start, because hawks have no compunction about killing one of these beautiful blackbirds. They are beautiful in a Darth Vader sort of way, but they are not black, not even. The head and neck shift from iridescent blue-green to purplish blue, depending on the light. The wings and back glow with a bronze patina. Each bird is a feathered oil slick, with a tail that goes on till you're out of breath. Okay, yeah, they do look threatening with those beaks that mean business and malevolent yellow eyes, but they're not as mean as they look. They're not particularly bossy with the smaller species, reserving their rough behavior for their own flockmates. And yet, despite the way they might jump another grackle, they empathize with their own. Some years ago, my husband saw 30 or 40 of them squawking at a cat that had captured one of them. Another observer reported seeing 10 female grackles surround a dead male that had been hit by a car and walk in a circle around him. Funeral procession? Maybe this is where I should mention that male grackles aren't all that faithful to their mates. But even if the males are philanderers, how can you hate birds that care about their own like that?